Mellotron settling the groove.
Dialogue like velvet, see the wisdom as it moves. Threading coming round through the tapestry of sound. Casual combo circulates the globe, every voice in view renowned. Balancing the ledger, counting feelings in the sense. Elevating indie dreams, spotlighting each sentence. Bridging worlds with empathy, fluent in the truth. Finance the family to mental health pursuits. No echo chamber, just reflections in the glass. Connecting dots from present pains to futures built to last. Every episode is sight for unity in subtle blends. Coco's in the rhythm, universal in the end.
Having that casual convo so you don't have to have the tough combo.
Let's start the show.
Hello, welcome to the Casual Convo Show, where we have conversations about topics that affect the communities, personal and business relationships. We always have the casual convo, so you don't have to have the tough convo. I am your host, Coco, and next to me is Baltimore's most creative artiste, the Jude. And then below me is my problem panelist, my troublemaker, Mr. Quentin Moore, aka Semantic the Iconoclast.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing?
And next to, about to say next to Paul. And next to Q, we have Ash, the mayor of Asheville, Mr. Paul, Mr. More Than You Can See.
Good evening, everybody.
We have one more person that's coming, so I'm gonna just get his intro out the way so he won't come up here and be extra and then throw us off. So we're gonna have Big Bosco from the Bronx. One of the, I got that all wrong. DJ extraordinaire, Big Bosco from the Bronx. But we got a lot to do. So today we're going to do like a panel-to-panel Q&A. So kind of to give you guys a more insight as to who we are, who you guys are supporting, why we are and why we think the way we think, and maybe why we answer some of the questions the way that we do. And also just to see, like, maybe get a little nosy. But none of us know what we're going to ask each other. So it's going to be completely a surprise. However, if you would like to ask us questions as well as we're answering questions, we'll still answer your questions also. So with that being said, because we got a lot of questions to go, we will get into the mental health check-in. I'll start. I had a frustrating day today, but my mental health is good. And I don't know why I was frustrated. It's like everything just annoyed me today. It was one of those days. So, but other than that, I would say I'm good. I ain't tripping on that. So, Jude, I guess we can go in order. Jude, Paul, Bosco, Q.
My mental health is fine. Hi, everybody. I was on mute when we were saying hello. Yeah, I'm about to say my mental health is fine. I had a couple days off, some time to reset, some things, still getting some things in order. I don't know. I'm just chilling for real. It's been hot, so I've been trying to stay out the heat and out the way, and y'all know what time of the year it is, funkified. So I've been staying out the funk. So other than that, I've been fine, out here just chilling. And go Ravens.
Hey, my mental health is fine. Another day above ground. My daughter and granddaughter flew here from Houston last night, so I got to spend time with them today. So, hey, I'm in a pretty good place right now. What you think, Bosco?
Hey, I'm good, man. Knicks in 5, y'all. Next. I'm good for real. Knicks in 5 still. Go ahead, Q.
Yeah, I'm good. Same old, same old. About to do this move in 30 days.
Oh, yeah, forgot about that.
So I can get financials together and all that good stuff because of job situation, whatever. But I'm good.
Okay. So everybody got their questions, right?
Yes, ma'am.
No, I ain't got no questions, man.
Something like that.
I got problems.
Okay. So for those of you watching, how we going to do this? Because it's a panel-to-panel Q&A. I'm going to give the order. They're going to pick whoever they want to ask a question to. And then that person gets to answer the question, and then we're just going to kind of go. So for this, how we going to start it? because she looking like, I know that's what Ray called me. I am. So we're gonna go Jude, Q, Paul, Bosco, me.
All right. Since we're starting with me. Q, why you moved to Atlanta?
Why I move what?
To Atlanta.
I have family here.
Oh, okay. I always wanted to know. Cause you
Yeah,
was a
and plus I've been
New Yorker.
Yeah, I've been here. I've traveled and I've lived in 4 states. I've lived in Baltimore, I lived in Charlotte, I lived here in New York. So I move around.
He followed you to Atlanta.
No, I lived in Baltimore and I lived in Charlotte.
Oh, for real, no, New York, and like I was like, well, I always wonder, like, what made you move to Atlanta? You know,
I used to go to school here. I went to school here back in the late 80s, early 90s. I was at Clark, Morris Brown at Clark. And I didn't graduate from there, but I transferred over to Georgia Southern, which is down further south in Statesboro.
Mm-hmm.
And like eastern middle Georgia, in the middle of nowhere. Got my degree. Then I moved to Charlotte. Did 8 years in Charlotte. Then moved to Baltimore. Did 5, and then after my father passed, I moved back down here to be closer to my grandmother.
oh, okay, all right.
Oh, it's Q, pick your person.
Okay. Let's see, Paul. As an activist, what is the biggest roadblock you have faced?
My own people.
That's deep.
My own people, because they will not show up. Even if you're speaking up for them, they won't show up still. And they don't realize that it's important. Even if you don't say anything, it's important that you show up. It's numbers that impress these people.
Right.
I keep trying to tell them, when they see them large numbers pop up, then they get worried because they know them votes. And them votes are connected to other votes. But when they don't see you there about issues that concern your community and whatnot, then they don't worry about it. They keep doing what they're doing. But yeah, that's the biggest issue I have faced.
Okay.
Next up.
Coco,
Yeah.
what led you or inspired you to start a podcast?
I always kind of wanted to, because I feel like there are a lot of messages of substance. And during the time when I thought of it, everybody was doing the same thing. There's a lot of like gossipy podcasts or people like pointing a finger at each other. But they were also like a lot of celebrities or people in these millionaires and billionaire statuses that tried to speak for people of the everyday citizen. But you rarely had a podcast with just regular people living the quote unquote American dream, so to speak, getting up every day, working 9 to 5, paying bills, doing all of this stuff, and really how issues really affect us. And I felt like I wanted to develop a platform where we could have a voice. And with that, I luckily ran into Rich. Like, we didn't even know each other. We just happened to, you just meet somebody one day and then y'all spoke a conversation. It wasn't even on no like trying to holler, whatever. But he was listening to his radio show, and he had a show at the time called High Frequency. And I said, damn, that's kind of dope. He was like, that's me. And so he told me about the station, and I started on Hand Radio, and then it's been up from there. So yeah, and I just kind of think we can speak on things from the average citizen point of view, and especially in our community, because we didn't have that representation. Bosco.
Actually,
I got a feeling he about to be messy, whoever he get ready at.
Listen, hear me out. Y'all hear me out. This for you, Jude. And I ain't trying to sound funny. But
you laughing already, so I don't know how I'm gonna answer that.
It's good as hell tonight. But for real. As a gay woman, what keeps you being as feminine as you are. Because if I saw you on the street, I wouldn't think you were. So what drives you to stay? Because I see a lot of women who are gay that they start looking real masculine, but you, every time I see you, you straight up feminine. And what is it? I mean, I don't know. So I'm asking for real.
Well, I used to be a
And I don't mean to be personal, but I
I
always
understand.
yeah.
Listen, this a light question. You should hear some of the questions when it comes to being a lesbian. You know, it's usually a different kind of question after that. But no, I don't know. I just think it's preference. Because growing up, I was a tomboy. I wore jerseys and baggy clothes and sneakers and all that stuff. And just one day, I grew up and I wanted to dress more like a girl. And I'm still like, if you know me, like I still got like a lot. I don't know. I'm so Baltimore. It's not even like necessarily like a boyish way. I just got like it's just like that's just my personality, you know. And I like to be cute. I don't really like to dress down all the time. If I dress down, it's my choice. But for the most part, I like to be cute. Like when I put clothes on, it's mainly for me. If I can walk past the mirror and be like, girl, you look good, I'm definitely wearing that. Like that's just how I feel. And sometimes it don't even matter because I got like a lot of baggy clothes too. It's just that at time, you know, I'm a female. Now when it comes to because back in the day it was just a thing to wear, you know, baggier clothes. I guess it's more what you're comfortable in, you know. So yeah, that's what keep me fat. I'm really not that girly though. I got girly ways, but I'm really not that girly.
Because I always want to know that question anyway, because I see a lot of women who are gay that like, damn, she look good as hell. And I was like, it's interesting for real. Really.
Yeah. I think it's just a preference.
Okay, word.
Well, next,
Okay. The only person up here in this first round that didn't get a question is Basco. So I will say this, just a warning. One of my questions, because I think it's a pretty good question, in my mind, that's one of my questions for all y'all, but I'm gonna ask y'all at different times, if that's fair. So I'm gonna go Basco. What is the biggest obstacle in your lifetime that you had to overcome, and what was the result?
The biggest obstacle, probably the situation that me and you've been talking about, and I'll elaborate, but I don't want to take up too much time. Just knowing that someone very, very close, and I'm gonna say it, knowing your sister, because I don't care anymore, was willing to put a lie on you so big that it could have destroyed your life if you weren't family. And then for them to know they admit that they did it on purpose because they were angry at you. Just getting past that, because you know how I was almost crying to you. You know, that shit hurt. It's like, and then for the person to say they love you, and you say that's not love, that's hate. And getting past that, knowing my family pretty much said, "Oh, just let it go." And it's like, you guys are letting someone. I'll say it, because I don't care anymore. My sister accused me of molesting her as a child when she knew I didn't do it, and then she went and told some other people some other lie, and all this was done over a recipe that she said I didn't send her. And then when I told my family said, "Well, we know that's a lie." I said, "Well, y'all not going to send anything to her?" They said, "Yeah, just let it go." I said, "How can you let that go when someone, like, if I wasn't her family and it got there in the streets, my life would have been destroyed." And like I told Coco, what the hardest part is, my grandchildren don't even speak to me, even though they found out it's not the truth. My nieces and nephews don't speak to me, even though they found out it wasn't the truth. And I don't know if it's because they are afraid to approach me and say, "Yo, sorry, Unc, sorry, Granddad." I don't know, but just the fact that my family knew it was a lie, and they just said to sweep it under the rug. And it really hurts. I want to cry now. It hurts now because I'm like, if I wasn't family, my life would have been destroyed. And y'all saying just let it go. I was going to get a polygraph test to prove my point, and she said, "No, I was mad at you." So that's the biggest obstacle, getting by it. Because it took 8 months, 9 months.
Yeah.
That was it.
Well, thank you for confiding in me with that one.
You know me. Yeah. Hey, let's go. Keep it moving.
Okay.
We
So
already started.
I told you, we like brother and sister in real life.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna mix the order up.
Oh,
All right, let's go. Hold on. So let's before we start the second round, we do have an idea that we will answer audience questions. Or do y'all want to do them at the end?
Mhm.
Well, I guess this will Pasco. Would you forget that person?
I eventually did this past week, and I accepted an apology. However, and this goes with this adds on to that. But I said it's best for me to cut ties because this has been going on for 30 years. It's always been something after, and I've always forgiven. And another part that hurts to get by is because my family tells me you can't truly forgive someone unless you're willing to forget it and talk to the person. And my reply is this: would you ask a rape victim, even though the rape victim forgave their offender, would you tell that person you don't truly forgive that person unless you go talk to that person? Would you ask a rape victim to do that? Hell no.
Yeah.
And that's part of the thing that was hard to get over. So I forgave, but I'm not forgetting because Snake. I told you a story about the frog and the scorpion. You
Yeah.
know, a snake will bite every time. A snake is going to bite you every time, and eventually that venom is going to poison you. So no, I forgive her, but it's best for me to go my way. I told her, thank you, I forgive you sincerely. I accept your apology, but I got to cut you loose
Yeah.
because you destroyed my life. I don't speak to my grandchildren or my nieces and nephews because you told a lie, and you knew it was a lie. You admitted it was a lie. So suck my dick. No, bye. Sorry about that. Just, you know,
You look, you good. So, so in
press it.
order for round two, we
Mm.
gonna go Q, Jude, Paul, Bosco, me.
Ain't that the same order?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Jude was first.
Go
First
with
round.
fourth last time. You gotta put Bosco like
Don't do that, Jude.
second. Put Jude like fourth this time.
Just do it in reverse. I'll go first.
No, I get order. He waiting for y'all to because he got to pick his person. Q,
I'm sorry.
So who's going? Me or
Q.
Q? Okay.
All right, question for Bosco.
Hey.
All right. What is a belief or habit you completely learned from your childhood?
Oh, that's easy. Religion. That's easy. Religion.
I feel like he knew that answer already.
He probably did, but that's it. That's the one thing that
I did know.
yeah. That's the one thing that I learned as a kid that I was like, religion.
All right. Next person.
It was me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Coco.
Uh-oh.
Remember when
Uh-oh.
we was kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they asked us what did we want to be in elementary school? What did you say? Do you remember?
I do. I was very Gemini as a child. My first one, I wanted to be a firefighter. Like you, and most people don't believe me. I was tomboy. I used to wear like baggy clothes. I wanted to wear sweatsuits because I always hung with my cousins. I wanted to be a firefighter. So then I like, I should want to be a firefighter. But also, fun fact, my uncle, God rest his soul, my uncle Pete was one of the first black firefighters in Baltimore. And I stayed up under my great grandfather, my uncle Pete, all my uncles and like my male cousins. I was just always around them. And then they were military, and then seeing them like in their uniforms. I don't know. I was always intrigued and fascinated by firefighters because they were always big. I felt like they were strong and they would save people. And I was like, I'm gonna save the world. So that was me. That was my first one. My second one was I said I was going to be a doctor. And then the third one because everybody said I had a lot of mouth and I always had something to say, was a lawyer. So those were my three as a child. But my first one, since I'm gonna say the age of 4, and I remember it because everything about my class stuff had to do with firefighters, and I wanted all the fire trucks and cars and stuff. And I would be like jumping up and down when the fire trucks came and people's houses would be on fire. So that was kind of weird, but you know.
Good thing you didn't turn into an arsonist.
Gotta get all my fun questions out the way first, and then I get serious. Who next? Who was after me? Paul.
Q.
What's your question, Paul?
Oh, it's on me. Okay. Q. What is it going to take for you to cut loose and trust a woman to get into a relationship again?
A whole hell of a lot. And I'll tell you why. She has to show me she's trustworthy, number one. She has to be one that is not one of these, down with the sixes type deal. 6 figure, 6 foot tall, 90 foot, you know what?
Took me a minute.
Yeah. And she's got to be able to communicate because I'm not a mind reader. I feel like if she talks to me, talk. Don't just sit there and tell me about gossip. Like some women be like, yeah, did you watch Love Island? I don't watch that crap. I don't want to talk about that. I don't watch any of that crap. I barely watch TV as it is unless I have, because my TV, I don't really have cable. I have internet and I got a Raspberry Pi that goes through my TV. That's how I watch TV. And I usually watch it on YouTube News. And if I want to get a movie, I got a website that's filled with movies and all of that. So yeah, she's got to learn how to talk and learn how to communicate, because I'm not going to sit there. If you tell me something is fine, I'm assuming it's fine, and I'm going my merry way.
Okay. Your person. He on me running his mouth. Little people.
And I couldn't find my mouse. I got 2 mouses. I was like, damn, which one is it? I guess Coco.
Wow.
Dang, I had a question, but it already got asked, so I gotta switch up now because I had one for each one of y'all. You go first, and then I'll go.
Okay.
Well,
So I'm gonna go Jude. What's the one thing that people get wrong about you?
that she don't give a fuck.
That I got resting bitch face, so a lot of people think I'm mean for real. They don't really know I'm a goofball for real. Like I straight like to have fun. I get bored with boredom. You feel me?
Yeah.
I really don't. The only place I sit for a long time is home. I'm literally like the best company ever because I'm going to come, visit, and leave, but I'm really like a whole vibe. We go have some fun, while I'm there. We go have some fun with anything we do, I might look mean, just kind of tell me I look a little mean, but I'm not mean, a lot of people think I'm mean. I have told strangers be like, hey, smile. I'm like, what's wrong? Or why you look so mad? I'm not mad at all, and I got like kind of turn the smile. I'm scared to even look normal. I got to smile. Look me, like, and I'm really a sweetheart. I care about people. Like, man, I care about animals. Like, I'm I'm sensitive by nature because I help a stranger for real. I wear my heart on my sleeve sometimes, but yeah.
Okay, my question it's actually for all of you. So y'all can answer one at a time.
You got all of us questions. I was trying to get there too.
Yeah,
gotta ask
culture
them,
has always
you
accepted.
got a system because I have an everybody question, but I'm asking it already.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I didn't want to do it that way. I didn't want to like ask you and then
Yes.
ask you and ask. I mean, okay, cool. Well, I'll start with you then.
Nope,
Okay, I'll start with you then. Outside of relationships,
You talking about who we doing?
I'm talking to you now. I'm asking you first. Outside of relationships, what is your biggest regret? Something that you wish you would have done, but you say, "Damn, I wish I'd have done it," but you didn't.
It's a couple of
Oh,
things.
that's a good one.
It's quite a few things.
But just tell me one out there. You know, I'm
Outside
versatile.
of relationships. I wish I would have when I had a full scholarship after high school, even as a teen mom, and I went to college. Funny, my major was accounting. I was an accounting major. But being a young mom,
Mhm.
I was working and I wanted to be a mom and take care of my son and make money. And I stopped going and I was like, I could have been finished. And I feel like if I would have started there and just finished all the way through, I kind of think my life would be a little bit different as far as like my career, my success. But on the flip side, I do think that everything happened for a reason because the path that I took is actually also rewarding as well. And I'm doing something that I love. And I did the accounting because back then I liked numbers. I thought I really don't now. But I was one of them people and I was a nerd. And I wanted to do everything that was challenging for me. So that was one thing. I think I got a little bit more time. The second thing, it's a little deep though. I don't know if I want to say that. It's something that always stick in my mind. So like the weekend that we found my brother, we had plans to go out. It was like Mother's Day weekend. But the last time I talked to him, we were supposed to meet up for lunch. And I was working. Well, I chose to go to work. And that's one thing that sit in my mind because that would have been like the last time I would have been able to actually hang out with my brother. And I didn't see him no more. That was the last time I talked to him. So those are my two biggest regrets. Is my go. Let's go. Paul. Don't cuss at me neither for this one. All right. Are there, and two of my Caucasians, don't get offended by this question. Are there any white people that you like or are cordial with?
Yes, there's a whole lot of them.
Okay.
The only white people that I don't care for and not really cordial with, I'm echoing, are those that come on the set with their ignorance. Because see, I'm gonna address ignorance wherever I meet it at, in the way it wants to show up. So I get along with plenty of white people. I mean, I get along with the woman that does food pantry. They got a $19 million jump from the little $1 million budget just a year or so ago. I mean, I get along with white people. No, they keep it straight up. I got a friend, Wendy. We've been friends for a while. Pretty cool people. She done been through some stuff. Genuine. Couple people with the organization over in Hayward County that we work with. So I mean, yeah, I get along with. It's just if you come, excuse me, white people to me are the same as black people, or black people are the same as white people. If you come along with that fake stuff, I'm gonna address it where it's at. That's just it. Period.
Okay. I just wanted to clear that up for some people that watch.
Yeah.
But
I'm not gonna do no tap dancing for nobody, nothing like that. But I get along with people, white people.
No, I wanted to put that one out there. But you have a question from the audience. Jabez said, my question is for Paul. He's watched you on live and he wanted to know, are you planning on running for a seat in your state?
Heck no. The only seat they want to give me is probably the electric chair. What the heck? Heck no. I'm not gonna run for no seat right here with these crazy ass people. Excuse my language, but I already know. They don't want me because they don't like people that's gonna tell them the truth. They don't like that. They prefer lies. Because they've been accepting it for the last 13 years from the same mayor. So that's what they prefer. And then you put somebody that run against the mayor that the people don't like, then dang, you giving the mayor 4 more years to do nothing again. So, I mean, no, they don't want me in there. They don't even want me in city council meetings. They be looking to see if I'm there. I be watching when I can't make it. I watch them on YouTube. They look around and sitting in the room and see if I'm there. No, I'm not there. But I'll be there for the one that's coming up. But nah, I couldn't run for no seat here. Appreciate the question though, Jay.
Okay. Third round. Boom, 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 boom. I'm going to go me, Paul, Jude, Bosco, Q. Okay. So my question is for Jude. What moment in your life are you most proud of?
Most proud of
Mhm.
when I realized, I don't know, I got like 2 of them. Hands down, my most proudest moment, I think, in life will always and forever be working the Obama campaign. That was my first time ever being like serious in the political field. I was really young. I didn't even know what I was getting into for real. I didn't even know this. I didn't even realize the significance of what I was doing. You know, I was doing it for fun and end up getting educated. It was the best experience in my life. Um, that's something that I don't know. I just take the heart. Every time I see that, man, I just feel like, you know, I played a part in history, and it ain't even like a part that to me it's a major part. You know, it was a major part because I played a role in it. You know, that was something there that's always gonna be there in my heart. I got stuff for my family to keep for when I'm long gone, for my family to talk about. You know, our family played the part in putting the first black man in the office. I feel proud about that. But nah, on a deeper note though, like the day I woke up and realized like that I was a mature adult. Maturity on a different level when I started thinking different, moving different, you know, wanting life around me, the world, just everything just different, you know. I'm a different person. I'm not, you know, a young knucklehead. You know, I take pride in the things that I do, and you know, the things that I work hard for and the things that I'm working towards, you know, and I do move in life with a purpose, not just, you know, blindly. You know, I'm enjoying life as an adult, man. It's cool.
Okay.
Besides the stress of today and being an adult suck, but it's also like the coolest thing ever once you know, reach a state of assurance with yourself, man. It's a beautiful feeling.
Okay.
Right.
Next.
Okay, my question is for Bosco. With all that you're dealing with at the time, do you find solace, comfort in being able to enjoy your love of your music and doing what you do, putting together videos for the show and everything like that? Do you find solace and comfort in doing that?
Yep. To be honest with you, when I get immersed with that, I don't. That someone could knock on my brother has knocked on my door, and when I'm into that, I don't care if something's about to hit this house I'm living in. I'm gonna die doing what I'm doing, because that's my punch in the wall. That's my going out and shooting somebody. Drop the gap. That's my basically staying on ground. Yeah, because if I didn't have these, I tell people if I didn't know music or knew how to draw or whatever, I'd be a menace. I'd be a menace. Y'all wouldn't. I'd be a menace, man. Menace to society. You would have to lock me up because I would be violent. I'd be a menace. Yep.
Okay. Next.
Nixon 5, man.
Of course, it was mine. Paul, how much wood could the woodchuck
I was
say?
aggressive.
The woodchuck wood. The woodchuck wood. How much
It's
wood
like
could a
that.
woodchuck?
For real. Paul, you do a lot of fighting for the people in your community down there in Asheville. If it was one thing that you could absolutely get done 100% today, what would it be?
Bring back the Black Business District downtown. Because since they kicked us off the block, tricked us off the block, whatever they want to call it, they got us off the block with people up there making all that revenue. And they have not let black people come back downtown, much less really on the block. A store here, or maybe a shop there, whatever. The building plan.
Explain to them what a block, because a lot of people might think the block, like, in the terms, like, you know,
Because the block here is like the strip.
The block is the strip club here.
Explain
The
to
block
them
here,
block.
the block here was the Black Business District downtown that encompassed from Biltmore Avenue all the way down to Valley Street, which is really South Charlotte Street here now. It encompassed Eagle Street, Dirty Eagle Street, North Market Street, all the way back around to Biltmore. But it was a whole area where black business got together. Little hoodad places like that, something like that, you know, the little place where you go in there and drink your beer, play music, eat some good food, shoot pool, get a haircut, buy records. It was just a black business district. And it just so happened to be right behind the police department and basically down the street from City Hall and the courthouse and jail.
Tell it all. Tell it all, Paul. Tell it all, Paul. Tell it all. What was going on? Tell it all.
Yeah, so since they got rid of the black people from down there, black people have not been downtown with no businesses whatsoever. No restaurants, no hair shops, no accessory stores, no nothing. No bakeries, no nothing. And the way they had the buildings priced around here, without black people being able to get a loan from the banks, they cannot get into the buildings downtown, and they business downtown, to get some of this tourism money that's coming into this town the way it is. So yeah, that would be my thing. Bring back the black business downtown. Bring back a black business district downtown.
What Paul is leaving out that he doesn't want to say, I'm going to say it. The block, you could buy weed and alcohol legally. They knew it. When he said the place was right behind the police station, literally, you walk out the back door of the police station and the community started right there. You could buy alcohol and weed. But see, it was so good that he didn't come down there because you didn't have the violence and stuff. The OGs down there had a block. So the police didn't have to come down there unless somebody was acting really crazy. But Paul left.
I can't tell everything in just a minute's time. That's a whole story.
I'm not giving no names.
Yeah, that's a whole story. But yeah, that's like I said, that's my thing.
Bosco, you next. Who your person?
Remember, I asked the first question. I was first.
You was?
Yeah, I
Oh,
was
so
first.
Q. Oh, so Q. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, it's you and Q. Q must keep going last.
Oh, I forgot that you gotta go. I'm gonna hold up it. Hold away. I'm gonna go Q. I haven't asked you anything yet. Q. Hey, cool. What motivated you to start writing poems?
I always had a talent.
Well, when and what motivated you to start writing poems?
When I started writing poetry was, oh God, that's a long time ago. As a kid, I used to write rhymes. Starting at like 15, I was writing rhymes. I went by Q Rock. And back then everybody is either rock or ski. Bosco know it. It's a Bronx thing. It's a Bronx thing. We know.
Joski Love.
Yeah. Everybody was either rock or
Well, they
ski.
always think because they from New York, don't nobody know now. New Yorkers always think it's just New York.
Then I used to write rhymes and it'd be like really descriptive, and everybody's like, "Yo, why don't you get on the mic?" I was like, "Nah, I was a shy kid. I wouldn't get on the mic." But it was like, "Yo, you got your poems, your rhymes is dope." I was like, "I don't think they are that dope." One day I performed it, and they were like, "Yo, you should be in the studio." And I was like, "Nah. I just do this for fun, for therapy, and all that, right?" Then the dark period came, where after my father died, the transformation to Semantic came, because Semantic is a little bit of a darker character, and he's sort of like, if you know your Spider-Man lore, how he dons the black suit now, from the bright red and blue to the black. And then sometimes he morphs into Venom, and other times he morphs into Carnage, and all this. That's how Semantic is. He's chaos when he writes. He's chaos, but he's also Q Rock in Semantic shell, so to speak, because he's very blunt, very honest with what he's saying. He's painting you a picture as to where he's going with what he's talking about, because people always said I had a way with words. Even because a lot of my female friends say, "Man, you got such a way with words." And like my brother, Sean, one of my closest friends, rest his soul. He wanted me to write a poem for his girlfriend, because he say, "Yo, you got the words, I don't." I'm like, "Well, what you wanted to say?" And I wrote it, and he gave it to her, and then she was like, "Yo, I didn't know you did this, Sean." It's like, I said, "Don't tell her I wrote that for you. Say you wrote it." And he was like, "Nah, I can't do that. I said, "Nah, man, this is your poem to give to her, because that's your girl that you want to get with, and you asked me to do it for you." So that's what motivated me, was just doing that. Just I got good at it, and I was passionate about lyrics. I'm passionate about lyrics, because I won't listen to anything if the lyrics are garbage. I don't care how banging the track is. I'm not gonna listen to it, because I'm all about what you're talking about, the message. I love the messaging things, the hidden meaning. The I like to try to decipher what you're talking about, because I don't like basic, ABC 1 2 3. Look at me, stung by B. I don't like doing all that basic BS. You know what I mean? I like complicated word structures. That's like artists that I listen to is like LP. Complicated rhyme schemes. LP, Vinny Paz. All the underground artists. That's who I listen to.
Okay, perfect. This question is from J Bear. This question is he said it's for me and Bosco. So the question is, what's one unexpected lesson or insight you've learned since y'all started this show together, and how has it shaped the way y'all approach the show? So I guess I'll go first. just for a little bit of clarity and insight. When the show first started, it wasn't Bosco. It was actually me and my best friend Tiffany. Um, I, I think a lot of people got turned onto the show like later. But when we started the show, it was pretty much trial and error. I had never done anything in radio. I have never done anything like on social media. Like if anybody knows me or follow me on social media, I don't go live. I don't do any of that. So I'm really a shy person. I'm really like a private person. So this was all new for me. Um, One thing, so and doing that with her, it was a little easier because, she's more outgoing than I was, and I was like, I can't do it by myself. So, um, one lesson or insight that I learned is perspective is everything, and then also what you project is powerful, and to be mindful of like what you push out. Because I made a lot of mistakes. I did a lot. I think I had a good teacher with doing this podcast. The best experience, I said, most people don't start their first podcast, and from the first show up until now, going on what 3-4 years, being on the radio and being international, they don't start off that way. They don't start off with people in like China, Australia, Brazil, Middle Eastern, Russia. Like we have people all over that definitely support the show. And I had to learn a lot about how I show up. Be mindful of like words are impactful, no matter what people say. What you put out into the atmosphere is the representation of you. And I try to go back and watch myself. And I had to learn. And it also helped me take constructive criticism as for things that I might be doing wrong or where I'm showing up and I look a damn fool. You know what I mean? And when you have people from other cultures and diversity, and that's why I think I try to think outside the box a lot more, is because doing this, like even going to like hosting live events, going to events with like Hand Radio, hosting, I've been able to meet people and travel and different walks of life. And it's been a very enlightening experience. So I think one thing I learned is definitely perspective and mindful of how I show up. How has it shaped the way I approach the show? I wanna make sure we have something of substance. Oh, let me go back a little bit. I'm sorry, I probably dragged it a little bit. Bosco joined because when, of course, I think everybody know my best friend had stage 4 cancer. And at the time she was going through some stuff with family stuff, so she could no longer do the show with me anymore. One of the people, me and Bosco, we actually met through a sports group on Facebook, and we became really good friends. Bosco had a personality. Bosco was used to radio from what I learned of him, with him DJing and all of that stuff. I needed that balance because I know where my weaknesses are. And I felt like he was strong. He had a personality. And then I thought it would be dope to have a male perspective to give that balance. And then with the slight, no shade, Bosco, slight generational gap, which I think is the beauty of this panel today, which gets me to the approach now, with all the personalities of people who I invited and asked to be a part of this journey with me. I think everybody has very strong personalities. I think they're knowledgeable in different areas. So it's not like we're not going to always agree. But I feel like our listeners, no matter where they're listening from, no matter where they're watching from, we can relate to each and every person and we can give them that different perspective and bring balance. And so far it's been working.
Amen.
So you want to answer? I'm sorry.
I need to learn a damn thing. No, joking. Man, I to be honest with you, and I owe this to Jude, man, for real. It helped me get a better insight of LGBTQ. Straight up. I mean, I didn't have any hatred, I just had that, that do your thing and shut the hell up attitude. And I didn't know. Well, I'm not gonna. It's more like the trans. I didn't know. I guess it, different generation. I just didn't know. And I think through this show, when Jude came on, it gave me better insight. Because I used to listen, to, what she said, how how the groups get along and and how she, how she decided she knew what she, when she decided her sexuality, it made me think about stuff, and I started reading, and I started talking to some of my veterans who were trans, and I got a lot of lesbian friends here, so that wasn't made from military, and I got to really sit down and talk to them. I didn't talk too much to the gay guys because they were just too flaming, they were just over the top. So I just I just stuck to the lesbian women and the bi women.
They wanted some of that Bosco flavor.
They were too much. They were over the top. Now, like, I don't even want to ask you. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. But and that's what I learned. It just opened my eyes, and that's why now when you see me on social media, now I do clown. I clown everybody. I'm clowning the black white people, aka the Indians.
Shout out to Jude Boo thing in the chat. Hey Nia. Look at my favorite lesbian. Look at her quote. One thing Nia gonna do is show up for her babe. I love that for you, friend. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. The way she
it's fine to show up in the chat. Well, I don't be on here that much, but hey, what's up, y'all?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Like you
go. Right, so let's get into round 3. So round 3, we're gonna go Paul, Q, Jude, me, Bosco, and then we have another question from J-Bed that's for Q, and we'll do it at the end when after Bosco will go. I'll ask you his question.
Okay, Jude. What is it about the work that you do that keeps you going to a job that frustrates you so at times? Is it, we're going to exclude the pay, is it that you love what you do? And if so, could you do it somewhere else better?
I know that's
yeah. It's definitely the patience. I do love what I do, but I am not only do I love what I do, I'm really good at what I do. And even when my job don't let me know that, and the pay is okay, it ain't always enough to make you stay. It ain't always about the money. I've taken a pay cut before in my life for peace. Like I'm taking a pay cut. But it's definitely the patience, I'm a patient too somewhere, and sometimes it's just the medical system here just really sucks. And the gratitude that I get from being able to help somebody who is having a really bad day or a really hard time with dealing with something, just put a smile on their face. And sometimes just dealing with them put a smile on my face when I'm frustrated, Sometimes you just need that. I really do enjoy what I do. And I've had the opportunity to grow within the entity that I work in. And I started out a long time ago just as a housekeeper. And, I took some classes and some things, moved up, applied for some jobs, applied myself, went to school for some things I didn't even like, stopped doing that, just start doing other stuff. I kind of found my way in that place. Now I established myself when I do find something, when somebody, or I able to accomplish my goal to be able to retire early and start my own, goal that I have. I don't want to say it out here because I have a goal in mind that I'm working towards, escape plan from working for the man. I'm sick of that. I'm going to go ahead and do that. But right now I'm going to do what I can to pay the bills because it's hard out here. And with this new, I remember at one point in time I could apply for a job and get called in 2 weeks. It seemed like nobody. I don't know what's going on right now. So, I'm grateful to have my job. It gets on my nerves sometimes, but it got its perks, That's mainly the patience. Sorry.
Can I have one quick thing to that? Working with Jude, for that question and answer. I kind of knew she was going to say the patience because I don't know if anybody happens to see this. If you come across work with Jude, or if you've been a patient on the receiving end of Jude, you will see why she's not good at what she do. She's great at what she do because she's great at interacting, and she's compassionate and have empathy. So what I would say, she's like the perfect person. She know how I feel about her role, and I think anybody that has her working with them or working on their team, they have an asset. So she's definitely an asset, not only for the patients, but for the team that she's with, the department that she's with. They would be a fool not to appreciate her. And I can say that just from working side by side and being a part of her team. So yeah, I agree with that.
Well, I appreciate you.
Of course. It's on me. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go. Let me see who I want. Let me see. Let me see my mind. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Basco.
Mhm.
Is you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a good one. And when I ask it, you're gonna know exactly why. It's gonna make you chuckle a little bit, but I want you to be completely honest.
Mhm.
What do your social media friends and followers get wrong about you, and why do you think that is?
Oh, the mic fell on that one.
I might
A
drop.
lot of it's a couple of things. A lot of them think that I got a lot of money. Like like got 3 cars and a 3-bedroom house, and I live in a 1-bedroom house. I got 1 car. Nah, my place is small, so I don't have a lot of money. I don't have like 200,000 in the bank. I'm actually I actually live about frugal as you can get. The only thing I really spend money on is like if I do the dolls and my hobbies and stuff. But nah, I give out more money, than I really should. And a lot of people think I'm this guy who's out in the street, raising hell and starting stuff when really I'm a house dog. I spend most of my time in the house or sitting on my porch or whatever. Yeah, I'm a house dog, introvert. People think I'm an extrovert. I'm an introvert. Yeah.
Okay,
What
that
they
wasn't the
think
answer
on
I thought you was
Facebook.
going to clear up. That wasn't the
Hmm?
answer I thought you was going to clear up, but okay. Well,
What
I
you gonna
take
say?
it.
What you gonna say?
Nothing. It was your question. You
Go
answered
ahead.
how you want.
No,
Huh?
no, but that might be. I mean, I'm trying to keep the show moving. That's why I'm not saying so much, man. I want to keep it moving.
No, I
That's
thought you would have thought it was something completely different, but we'll I got another question that maybe we can get
I'll
back to
put it in the
that.
chat then.
So all
I don't
right,
even know.
it's on you. Who you got?
Um, well, my question I asked at the top. What is your biggest regret? We'll go with Jude now. We're gonna go around. Yeah. What is the biggest regret that you made that you wish you should have done? That you say, damn, I wish I'd have done it.
You on me?
No, she is. Oh, she's on
I
mute.
miss.
Oh, there you
I'm over here swinging hair. I don't be having it that often. I wish I wish I would have went to the military. Listen, see, Bosco, I told you I will always be a girl, but when I gotta be one,
I gotta go off
I'm
camera right.
there. You see me? I was gone with the wet fabulous. I would have went to the military, man. I that is my biggest regret. There was at one point in time, I was dead set on going to the military. I wanted to go. I had the army come out and the recruiter come out and talk to my parents looked at me like I was crazy. And then the Marines came next, and I was kind of sold on them. But it was the Air Force I really wanted to go into. I wanted to go in the Air Force, but between the Air Force and the Marines, and my mother did not want me to go because I am one of the kids who, was in school doing 9/11, and I think I was in like my junior year or like going into senior year, something like that. So like coming out, they was recruiting. And a lot of people went in. My cousin went in and served. One of my homegirls went in and served. A lot of people went in and served for real. A lot of people. I was one of the ones who kind of did. My mother didn't want me to go, and I kind of didn't go. That's a regret of mine, though. So I think I should have went. If I could do it over, if I could do life over again, definitely going to the Air Force. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so question from a viewer, of course, J Bear, is for Q. I thought this was a really cool question. Q, if you could have a reality TV show about your life, what would the theme song be?
Oh, that's a good one.
SWAT.
Nah. Nah. There's a song that on the Fantastic Damage album that LP came out with. There's two of them that are two of my favorites on the album. Even though the whole album is a straight playthrough. One's Two Mass Damper, and the other one is Accidents Don't Happen. Accidents Don't Happen is very violent when you listen to it because it's sonically violent. And what I mean by that, there's a lot of noise in the background. There's a lot of noise because LP is usually, he has a lot, he's very electronically gifted in his music because you hear a lot of space effects in his music, noise, but when you listen to the lyrics of what he's talking about, you'd understand why I think the way I think. Because he is just as much as a conspiracy theorist as I am. And with Two Mass Damper, he talked about his life as a kid growing up. And I tell people to listen to that song, and they'll get a better understanding as to who I am, because I can relate to what he's talking about. But I wrote a poem called Birthright a long time ago, and to this day people still don't understand what I was talking about, even though it was straightforward, because that's the type of people that I tend not to try to deal with, is stupid people. Mm-hmm. If I gave you a red crayon, you tell me it's green, I think you're stupid. They were like, well, I'm colorblind. I just don't care. don't care. Don't care. It's a red crayon, man. It's not green. It's not blue. It's red.
Well, there are colorblind people, Q.
Huh?
There are colorblind people. I dated one. He was like, hey, what's this? This is green. I'm like, no, babe, that's dark blue.
No. No, it ain't off green. It ain't off blue. It's blue. See the blue or green? It ain't aqua blue. It's just blue.
Colorblind, they don't see it though.
That ain't my problem.
It ain't my fault.
It ain't my problem. They colorblind. Yeah. What they need to do is go get some color glasses. How about that?
They make them nowadays. They got the color correction glasses. But who's to say the color is the color that it is?
Yeah, we're gonna do that at the end. Keep that in mind, friend. Who said?
All right, don't worry. I mean, who said color? All right, it's my question, right? It's my question. My question is who?
We ain't get the new party yet. You want to go first? Huh? You want to go first?
I already asked the question. I asked the question already.
Yeah. No.
I did.
No, that was a question from J Bear because it finished the next. We're going to the next round. You can go first.
She never asked the question though.
I thought she did.
No, I asked her and she elaborated, but she never asked the question.
Yeah, me and Q did. Q didn't ask the question either yet.
It was because we went. I got it written down. It was Paul, Q, you, me, then Bosco, and then I went to the question. Yeah, then I went to the question from J Bear because I crossed it off as I got it right here.
I must be high.
Yeah, we're in the fourth round now.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I feel like big. Yeah, I don't remember. I'm like,
no, because after each round, if we get a question from the audience, I put it at the end. He was answering J Bear question, so that's probably what threw you off. So now I'm getting ready to do the order for the next round. But since you're so enthused, we're gonna go Jude, me, Bosco, Q, and Paul.
No,
ahead.
I didn't go because I only didn't ask one person. The only person I didn't ask a question yet was Bosco. So I didn't go. I don't think. Yeah, me and Q didn't go last round. I think because you had asked me a question because it was supposed to be Paul, you, me, Bosco, and then Q.
Yeah.
No, I got it right here. I cut it off as everybody went. It was Paul, Q.
I must be high because I don't.
Yeah.
I definitely asked the question because my question was for Q.
You know what? They cut that machine off, Bosco. I think we in a whole nother dimension.
They had to. The only time I heard you answer was when I asked her the question.
No, my question was for Jude.
No, that was on your go because I'm crossing that off as each one of y'all go in the order. That's what I'm saying.
My question was for Jude.
Because I was asking.
It was the medication
about the LGBTQ.
So I'm just saying. So this is the order: Jude, me, Bosco, Q, and then Paul. So Jude is your go.
Why would you do this to me? Why would you? All right.
With the new adventures of the Most Highest, it's going to come from this episode right here.
A pack of pickled peppers. All right. Bosco.
Yo.
What I know you are a DJ and you love music because all y'all New Yorkers is just into the music. It does not matter, it's in your bloodstream. What made you start this new wave of music that you're making? What made you tap into that? What made you?
I had so much stuff done from like 15 years ago, and I could never get anyone to rap. No one would do anything, and I just held it. And then when AI came around and I started meeting people, I said, man, I can get my projects done. So I started writing stuff again and learn how to play keys. Then I just found myself getting immersed into this type of music. And I said, man, hell yeah. Yeah. It just the thirst. The thirst just came back. And I had an avenue. I didn't have to hire an engineer anymore. I didn't have to hire a producer or a sound man. You know, I said I can put the music together myself and have AI structure it. And if I get a rapper, I got your beat ready. I just need you to put your lyrics down. That's it. Made it a whole lot easier. But what would take me like 3 months to do, now it takes me 2 weeks. And I love it. Like the song I put together for the show, that thing took me maybe 2-3 hours to do. Because I wrote it. I had a beat. I said, yo, how does this sound with it? And said, well, bring down the bass, like that. And me and AI like this. Oh, wrong hand. Like that.
That's my friend.
Yep.
AI. The answer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get to learn how to use the ace to the ass.
Okay, so it's on me. I'm gonna go Paul.
Everybody always picking on me.
I gotta find. I'm gonna go fun before I go to my next target motion. If you were a ghost, how would you haunt people?
Dang.
If I was a goat.
A ghost.
Ghost.
I'm the goat.
How would I hunt people? Well, since I'm gonna be with a little spirit floating around, I guess I'm gonna hunt them spiritually. That's all I can say about that. I mean, ain't no way.
Okay. All right. I thought he was gonna give me a whole lot when I guessed that, but
You can ask that question at the end, 'cause that was a good one.
I should have
Yeah.
said that was for Jude. Jude gave me a whole theatric, okay? Alright, what about you, sir? You gonna pick? Bosco.
Oh, I'm asking a question. Well, I'm asking the same question. I'm asking the same question. Oh, you asking me?
Yes, who you gonna pick?
Wait, are you asking me the same question?
No, who your person that you
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I'm doing this. I'm
That's how
going,
y'all got lost. Right there.
no, I'm going around with the same question that I had. What is your biggest? I'm asking Paul now. What is your biggest regret?
For me.
Yeah.
My biggest regret is probably when I was 13 and messed around and went across the street with a little neighborhood kid from across the street where I was supposed to be standing on there playing basketball in the backyard, to go over there to see if we could find a few dollars to go down to the store to buy some honey buns and stuff. Because instead of finding a few dollars, we found a toolbox full of money.
Oh shit.
About $4,000 in quarters and bills and all kind of stuff. And we took off with it. And when the little boy's mom found out that the toolbox was gone, I guess she threatened to beat him to death if he didn't tell what happened to that toolbox. So, he said we done broke in the house and robbed him, which was a long way from the truth. But anyhow, that was my biggest regret, because that got me off the track from continuing with the athletics I was participating in at the boys club. Took me away from the 7th grade because they locked my butt up and sent me away. If I had kept my butt over there playing basketball that day, still going over there with him, I probably would have never been on the track that I was on. Even after everything that I've been through, I would have never been on the track I was on. As far as having my teenage years in school interrupted like that. Because that happened when I was 13. And so they kept me in training school until I was 15. So yeah, that took away a bit of time from me. But yeah, if I could just go back and do that all over again, like I said, I never would have crossed that street. I would say, man, you go ahead over there and you find it, you come back. You come back with it, and then we go down to the quick shop with you. This happened in Mumford. West Chestnut. Yeah. But yeah.
Corner from the center, yeah.
All right, Q. Who you picking?
What is me asking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. If you could rename a sandwich after yourself, what ingredients would it have?
Who is you asking this to, bro? Wait, what is going on?
All of y'all.
Is that for me?
All of
Is
y'all.
that for me?
No, you gotta pick a person. You gotta pick a person. You can ask the same one, but you don't get one over in the round, man.
All right, we're gonna ask Coco.
What it was? Can you
How
repeat
you
it?
gonna ask what it was? You'd be like, y'all got that.
No, because the question you talking about is for all y'all. What was the question?
You can name a sandwich after yourself. What ingredients would it be? I was ready. I was ready.
Oh, if I was a sandwich.
No, you big dummy.
Oh, what was it? Say it again.
If you could rename a sandwich after yourself, what ingredients would it have?
Oh, I can't build it. It gotta be a sandwich that's already like there.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens.
Girl, build your sandwich. If you had to build the cocoa.
Let's make your sandwich.
I want to fix this question. Okay, so the sandwich already exists. Let me make sure I have all the fundamentals of the question. So the sandwich already exists. I just want to switch it to me.
No.
What ingredients?
if it's you read now, think about what I just said now about this question. If you could rename a sandwich, which means it's already built.
If I
If
could
you
rename the sandwich,
rename a sandwich after yourself, what
What?
ingredients would it have?
What would the cocoa sandwich be? Okay.
it
I-
needs an all beef
trying to
patty.
think. I don't eat a lot of.
salad,
I don't eat a
cheese.
lot of like. I don't. I'm trying to think. Who got some good ass sandwiches?
Philly steak and cheese.
What
You
would
can
you
name
call the
it.
sandwich?
No, I don't want to be no Philly cheesesteak. I need something with like some double meat because I'm a little plush.
What? No, you ain't.
Oh, okay. Y'all, you know how you got like Subway, right? We're gonna say Subway. Everybody go to Subway.
Okay.
So let's take the what's a popular one? What is it? The bacon? Is it the chicken bacon ranch or whatever? So it would be that. Of course, you got double meated up. It would have I would put
Oh, we get
spinach,
you over.
tomatoes, onions, hot because I'm hot. And whatever sauce you like, you can have a variety of sauces or whatever. I think that would be. I don't know. I don't eat a lot of like sandwiches. I might eat like a burger, but I might like make it. It come from somewhere else. But it would be like a quarter pounder or something. I don't know.
You could I just say I don't want to be a
Answer
sandwich.
the
Can I
question,
just be
Jude.
the sauce? I
Yeah,
want
like
to be a
it can't be
sauce.
a
I
steak.
want
Why
them
we
to
gotta
be
be a
like
sandwich?
Step in
want
for the
them to-
saves,
I
Jude.
want them to come through the drive-through and order a number 2 with extra juice sauce on it. Ew. Call it the Jude juice and shit. It's a slushy. Slushy mix, the Jude juice. I'm telling you, man.
I don't
Name the whole restaurant
gotta
Jude
eat
joint. Hey, listen.
Yeah.
Hey, we can name the whole restaurant. We call the restaurant Juju Beans.
Ooh.
Yeah, if you gave me like a dinner plate or something like that, I'd
I
be
am
on
moving the show
a
right now.
sandwich.
Telling y'all.
Big ass sandwich. That's all I can say. It'll be
You serving burgers?
Will it be a juicy sandwich though?
Of
Wink,
course,
wink.
ain't nobody having no dry ass
Mhm.
fucking sandwich. I said
Nothing but quarter pounders and
Yes.
watermelons.
You won't be at the cookout.
Mhm.
You won't be at the
Come over
cookout.
here. Well, you know what? We gonna call it the fruit basket. Cantaloupe, watermelon.
Mhm.
Everybody gonna be Hooters ain't gonna have shit on us.
But y'all are nasty.
Sir.
Why y'all so nasty? Y'all just
So
got nasty. I'm glad I got a sanctified mind.
I'm gonna tell you this: it wouldn't be no motherfucking foot long because I ain't got that. It would definitely be like.
Hey, ladies and
Hey,
gentlemen,
I mean,
females
hey,
get that one. None of
Hey.
the men co-sign that one. Okay.
nah, we don't co-sign that one. You know what I'm saying? That's on.
No
That's,
men agreed
you know.
to that sandwich.
Dongalos.
But anywho, come on.
It's on me, bro. I see J Bear got something there for you.
Tears. I got tears now.
So he was answering the question. That was his thing. I had to
Okay, so now my question is for you as well, Coco.
Oh, okay.
The line of work that you are in,
Mhm.
you are very adept in it. But if you had a chance to be into some other kind of work, what work would it be?
The same thing I do, but upper level to be a part of change. So like, for instance, in my most recent 2 roles was along the lines of everybody know like social work, dealing with mental health people, and of course like supportive housing, making sure people are housed and coordinating their services, pretty much their everyday life. And people, especially shout out to all the case managers, social workers, therapists, or whoever. If you go to anybody's house, if you're a person who these people depend on because they don't have family, friends, or whatever, that job is very demanding, but it's also extremely rewarding, and they definitely don't get paid enough. Because of everything that you do. I would I love that part because I like helping people, and just to see that you can change somebody's life for the best is like the most amazing thing that you can ever do. Which leads to the most recent clinical ops manager having say in policies, implementation, how things are run, um, how a company is maneuvering, staffing, making sure that we had the right people. I like those challenges because knowing which you never know if you want to get the right person in the right position when you're doing staffing or if you're a part of like the hiring process. Um, it's kind of like because people won't sell you because it's a sales pitch when you go on a job interview. They sell you that stuff. You just gotta hope they perform when they get in there, and knowing which questions to ask. So having a role like that is also very challenging because you got to deal with so many different personalities, not only from the staff, but also your seniors, and you know everything is like lateral. But on top of that, you also have to deal with like the patients, the clients, and things like that. So, in doing client op work, it's a lot because you're doing inventory, you're dealing with vendors, you're dealing with so much, and you're also revamping policies, but making sure that you're still in standard. So what I would like to do, which is my goal, is to possibly be like a COO or a CEO of like a hospital or a facility or something like that, because those people are how where the changes actually start and trickle down. Because they go to these conventions, they go to all of these things and meet what the people from all the governing agencies, especially when healthcare is like one of the most important things because we need our health to do what we got to do, whether it's mentally, physically, or whatever. But that's my next step is COO or CEO. But definitely I'm sticking to healthcare though.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
That was the last one.
I'm going to go. Who ain't go first yet? Bosco, Jude, Q, Paul, me. Bosco, pick your person. You up next. Because I don't think we had a question in the audience. Get the hell out the comment section, Q. You get on my dag on Why are you like this? Get out the comment section.
Yeah.
Hey, we
Well-
all about having fun tonight. This is good to know
It's
the
ironic
panel.
because it's
Why are you in the comment? I'm all like, do we have a question? And I look over and I see a question, and you right here. If you don't ask,
one thing. Well,
you up
at least
first.
I know. At least I know one regret he's not gonna say he has making that comment. But my question is my question is like I had everybody else. What is your biggest regret? The one thing you wish you would have done that you didn't do?
Who you
What was that
asking?
for?
Quick, cute.
Okay.
That's a good one. One regret that I do have is not being able to spend time with my daughter. But that was due to circumstances that were beyond my control. I kept moving around and I just wasn't there. I will be blunt. I wasn't there. I wasn't there physically, but I was always calling her every weekend, staying in contact with her. But she never reciprocated. She never picked up the phone. Hey, Dad, how you doing? I just called to check on you and blah blah blah. I was always doing the checking, and I'm like, wow, how could I was like, the phone? If my philosophy is phone works both ways. If I'm doing a constant calling, checking in on somebody, and I don't get any reciprocation or reciprocity, and yes, Coco, that is a word, reciprocity.
I know I used it today.
If I don't get any reciprocity, then I'm gonna get to the point where I'm gonna stop, checking in, because that gets old, that gets tiresome. It's like chasing after your girl and she's playing games. Eventually, you're gonna stop chasing after her, and then she's gonna be like, "Well, why did you lose interest? Because you were playing games." It's just that simple. You know, if I'm doing all this pursuing and you're not at least meeting me halfway or showing any kind of interest, but I'm the one that's showing the most interest, then I lose interest and I check out completely. And another one is not beating that dude up. Not that I want to beat up.
He was gonna be violent. I think
Right, because the dude tried to smear my name. He tried to smear Bosco's name, and we know who it is that we talk about. But Bosco took care of him, and I took care of him on my end because I didn't have to say nothing to him. That dude just he saw me in the flesh, and he was like, "Yep, I'm not gonna mess with him either." So yeah, but I was in the mood to punch somebody that night. That night I saw him, I was in the mood.
always ready to punch somebody. Oh, you just be you always on go. You stay ready.
Yeah, I stay because I wake up every morning choosing violence.
We know. You let us. We know.
Because I have to wake up and listen to what this idiot president did, and I have to turn it off. As soon as I wake up, I turn it. I listen about 5 minutes and I turn it off.
Turn it off from this conversation because he is not going to infiltrate this show tonight, and we ain't. It's about us.
And that's why I wake up choosing violence, because I was like, this guy is still here. Why is he not, gone? Because he's totally messed everything up.
Okay, Jude, who you got?
It's my turn to ask for somebody to ask a question. I done asked all your questions already. I guess I'm going to ask. I don't really have no question right now to ask, so I'm going to ask this.
Who you asking?
To Coco.
Who's that?
Where do you see Casual Convo in the next 5 years?
On TV. It's a big deal, a major deal. What I would say that I'm not going to expose my whole plan, of course, but where I would see the show is definitely growing, because it's currently growing now. And the one thing I think that helps that is the fact I'm teachable and I'm not above reproach. I'm humble enough to understand and to take directive and advice from whether it's somebody watching the show or whatever. I think all opinions matter. And I think that will be like a big drive, because then we can make those adjustments, work out the kinks. And I also understand it's not for everybody. We can't please everybody, but I'm also, I'm in a space where I can do that, but I'm also, shout out to Ham Radio again. I learned how to network, and I understand the importance of going to certain things. And when I meet different people, no matter what walk of life it is, I mention it. And even if someone who may watch this show, they may find me on social media and maybe want to have a DM conversation, I welcome that. I think my welcoming nature and the fact that, because I don't want to miss any opportunity, and you just never know who you're going to meet. You know what I mean? And as I say, I like to say, I definitely see with eyes that I know that's already on the show, and those that I know that are listening to the show is connected to some great things already. And I think it can only get greater. It's just up to what we do with it. You know what I mean? To grow and be better. And what I do know for sure, everybody that's up here are the people who I want to go on that journey with. Because I think y'all came through for me at the roughest time. with doing the show, but I refuse to give up on it. Like it's my baby. And then as far as like, I don't know, like for those who may be watching, like it's a business. It's what we do, and it's what we do. So even when I take the negative with the good, and I think in order to grow, whether I see us being syndicated, at some point, see us also, like I said, being on TV or having a major sponsorship with something like that, where so we can do that, or possibly having our own major platform.
Damn, that means I'm gonna have to get some teeth.
Oh no, man.
Yo, hey,
Well, you ain't got nothing to keep.
I don't know. They probably tell you take them out.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what.
Yeah,
Yeah,
might
teeth
help
in
the
the
show.
way.
But I know I got a time frame. Just one more thing real quick, because I know one thing when it's saying that it's not for everybody. I can honestly say people who have honestly watched a show all the way through have gained a respect for it. Because I think sometimes when they chime in on certain pieces or they see a certain part, they have a certain assumption. And then when you see like all of our different personalities match different, and it's not that is we're not gossiping.
Mhm.
You get what I mean? And I think it's different. It's not too many live podcasts. There's no edits. What you get is what you get. And that's the premise that I think sticking to is what's going to take us far, because it's organic and we're genuine. And we're not telling anybody what to say. We're not trying to appease a certain group of people who support us genuinely, because we show up how we show up. Even if they hate us, they love us. So with that being said, I think we're on a good track.
Right, I just got to share this one part with you. I did. Okay, I'm medicated, right? And when you said organic, first thing I thought was spicy. Organic. I was just like,
Thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I've been noticing how the little camera been breaking down.
That's why I kept my. You know what? That's why I kept my face close to my microphone, because I was smiling. It was, I didn't want to go off the
What's
camera.
that breakdown over here? There's some medicating going on over there next door. I need to be over there.
Here you who you picking? What's your question?
Oh man.
Who?
You.
Man, it's been so out of order. Now Bosco's supposed to ask. Did he ask me already? I don't know.
No,
I'm so,
you are not. You are
oh,
not.
okay.
Yup, it's on you, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right, yeah, Coco.
Oh my goodness.
Coco,
Yeah.
what caused you to become a New England Patriots fan?
Good
I got to tell
question.
a story again.
Good question.
Because hear me out.
Mhm.
Most Baltimoreans, they are very loyal to the Ravens. I know. I was one of the only few Giants fans
And
that
the
lived in
Steelers.
Baltimore.
Patriots.
And I was one of the few people that wore Giants gear, and I got harassed every day, and I stood my ground.
Mhm.
So, what my question is, and I told him, I said, I don't care where I live. I've lived in Charlotte, Giants all day. Lived in Atlanta, living in Atlanta now, Giants all day. Lived in New York, Giants all day. Lived in Charlotte, Giants all day. It's not changing. So, what caused you to become a New England Patriots fan?
Okay, so let me answer this question on this platform for the 20th time. I know I don't have much time to go to the whole story. So when I was like 17, 18, I was with my kids. And I had no team. Baltimore did not have a team. Okay, let's be clear. Baltimore did not have a team at this time at all. There was no football team. There was no Colts. It was just empty. So you know how you pick somebody that you're dealing with. So like I said, but my kid's father. So we sitting there, we talking trash. And at that time, you know, I smoked or whatever. So he was like, "You want to make a bet?" Sure. So, you know, you don't threaten me with a good time. So the I forgot who they was playing, but I know Bledsoe was the quarterback.
Mhm.
And
Got
he
my
was like, he said, "Who you got?" And I don't know. I said, "I got them." I said, "I'm gonna go get their names." And I was like, I said, "I'm going with the New England people." That's exactly what I said. And he was like, "Oh, I'm taking that bet." I forgot who they was playing. So anyhow, I won the bet, right? So I said, "Shit, they my motherfucking team," because he used to always beat me in the bets. So I won the bet, and then the next Sunday came. He was like, "What's up? You trying to double or nothing?" Like da 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 da. I said, "Fuck it, I'm going with them again." And every time I bet on them, I won, and it became my team. I never turned back, and then that's when I really started like actually learning like first downs and all that other stuff because I really didn't know football either. So that was the way that I learned, and I learned by watching them. And again, Baltimore did not have a team, so when Baltimore had a team, I'm already with them. You feel me? This is my squad. I win with them. You know what I mean? So when Baltimore had a team, I was like, all right, I'm happy that Baltimore got a team. And everybody like, you gonna be a Baltimore fan? Fuck no. I mean, no, excuse me, my friend. No, I've never been that type of person just to jump on something because everybody else was with it. Because a lot of people in Baltimore was rooting for all different people because Baltimore didn't have a team until the Ravens came, and then all of a sudden they jumped ship and was like, oh, I'm with them. But then this I'm no shade to only I respect you because she always with
Man, throw that shade. Forget that.
no, I'm just saying, with the exception of people like Judith and certain people that I know, but other people, even now, even though they claim they Baltimore fans, you feel me? Soon as they losing, they going with another team, but all of a sudden now they got two teams. How you got two teams? You ain't even loyal.
That's a
Or they
different.
just doing other stuff. So I'm like, no. And so when people tell me that, and I be like, but the main people who like come at me be people who like that, who really low key be putting down their own team. And I'm like, I don't have two teams. At least one thing I ain't no bandwagoner.
Yeah.
And that's respect. I respect the game. That's what it is. So that's how I became a New England fan. And
My question down for the end.
And I stuck beside him.
Yeah, I hear you.
Patriot.
Wow.
We got time.
Go ahead, Paul.
Okay. I'm gonna work back around to Q.
I'll be right there.
What was it that led you to your interest in the IT field of life?
The IT field?
Yes.
Good question. I was always good with computers. So I worked in customer service first because I worked in management and customer service and I hated it. It's not that I don't like dealing with people. I hate dealing with stupid people. And when Blockbuster was a thing, I was in management there, and I totally hated that. That job was, I hated that job. Dealing with rude people, and one guy wanted to argue over 10 cents. I'm like, listen, dude. I took it out of the register and gave it to him. So I was like, you know what? I got to change field. So I did a year in radio, hated that because it's so political. And me, I'm not that political. Even though I can speak politics, I really don't like being political because as far as the workplace goes, I feel like if everything's in the rule book, you should abide by those rules. We shouldn't be bending rules for certain people and this, that, and the third. And that's what radio does. They bend rules for certain people. You know, that whole squeaky wheel gets the grease thing. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm not about that. I'm not about to oil that wheel. I'm gonna let that MFer squeak. I don't care what they got to say because in this is the rule book. So then I worked in collections, hated that because I don't like calling old people about, Mrs. Morgan, you owe us $8,000. How you want to pay that? I'm on Medicaid. I don't have any money, and I don't like, putting old people under that type of, pressure. You know what I'm saying? Just to make a quota, just to make money. So that's my ethical side. So then I was like, you know what? I'm good at computers. Let me go ahead and jump into see if I can get into this IT field. So then I took courses. I got my A plus. I got my Net Plus. Then I took deep dive on the deep end and got the CCNA, which is like one of the hardest tests that you could take as a network engineer. Passed that with flying colors the first time because I cheated my off. Because I feel like this, it's better to cheat than repeat. Yes, sir. And after that, worked in the field, still trying to get back into that field. Job hunting and all that, because tech field got messed up with this economy. A lot of senior techs are losing their jobs and all this, but I'm trying to get back into it. Somehow, some way, I will. But it's taking a little bit longer than normal. And knowing me, I am not a patient person at all. I'm not that patient, because I'm one that if I got my mind set to something, I expect clockwork to happen. And I know sometimes that clockwork doesn't happen on my time. It happens on when it happens. But I still get antsy. I get anxiety. Because I like things to keep moving. So there's a lot. It's lucrative. The IT field is very lucrative, but there's a lot of nuance that's to it when you do it. And some people are settled in with just doing, talking on the phone all day and being what I call a phone monkey job. And that's just something that I don't like doing. I don't like talking on the phone. I don't like being on the phone all day long. You know what I mean? I'm not a phone monkey. I'm one of them people that want to get out there and, fix a printer and let everybody see my face and then, sit down and chit chat with the people that I'm working with so I can get to know them and figure them out and see how they move so I'll know how to move when I'm around them type deal. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. So I think I'm up next. I'm going to go. Jude. Oh, you thought you was going to relax, didn't you?
I am.
All right. So my question for Jude is, hold on for a second. It just went away. My question for you would be, when and what motivated you to start painting, drawing, and creating jewelry?
And I like to do things. Like I realized, life kind of caught me at a time where, as a teenager, I made a lot of stuff, clothes. Used to do a lot of hair. I was real creative. I wasn't really into art, but I made some jewelry. It's like a real weird kind of kid. Used to do a lot of little things. It's real creative. But I was so caught up being out here and ripping around the streets that I kind of got away from some of that stuff. And then one day, I went to a paint night. And I kind of remembered that I could paint. Because I ain't painted so long. That's how I kind of started. I remembered that I could paint. And then that's how I started painting. And it was weird because at first I was trying to paint what everybody else was painting. Then I realized and I didn't like what everybody else was painting. So I stopped painting what everybody else was painting and started painting what I wanted to paint. how I was feeling, and I was going through different things in life. So I started like putting like what I was going through into the art. So it kind of like helped me kind of find my way in art. That's how I got into painting. As far as jewelry, I don't know. I just at the time, I know y'all see me with the silver ones, but at the time I used to wear a lot of different colors and different things, I used to switch my jewelry out a lot until I got into the point like I just wanted everyday pieces. I don't always feel like switching and trying to always match. I'd be fine making pieces that just match almost everything, and I make a separate piece if I wanted to go with something else. I'm a real simple girl now. But I used to just I like stuff, so I started making it, and other people like this, so I started making more. I see something, I ain't gonna lie, some stuff I want to buy, some stuff I feel like I can make it. So that's usually how I start making stuff. Like I got a sewing machine. Now I'm buying fabric, and I want some new curtains, and I can't find the ones exactly that I like because everything just looks so plain and the same, and I just be wanting different stuff. So I just get into the realm with now it's time to just make it. It's like gardening, you know, people got tired of how much the food costs and everybody started growing a garden. The same thing with art. That's just how I look at it. I ain't good with gardening. I'm learning with plants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I started for it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I think Paul's phone died or whatever, his device died. So we're going to rock on with us four. So we're going to go, because Q hasn't started off in a minute. We're going to go Q, Basco, Jude, then me. So we're going to go on the way up. So Q, who you asking?
Where's Jude? Let me ask you something, and hear me out when I say this. When you wake up in the morning, do you always look this beautiful and so radiant?
Oh,
I sound like a man a little bit. That's the only thing, right?
That's sexy to me.
You need to watch your mouth. She already told me a couple of years ago. I'm joking, man. I'm joking, man.
I look pretty. I look just as good.
Oh yeah, we know.
With the hair off. Oh yeah. I just sound like a man. That's the only thing, man.
Everybody sound like a man early in the morning. Good morning, Julia. Good morning.
Yeah, I really tap into my past life. The past me. We go hello. Yeah.
It's show off the rails, man.
All right, I'm sorry.
Look, now she gonna try to get serious. Did you see how she tried to let me get it together? Let me pull it down.
Yeah. And one more question. How do you feel about morning breath?
Where you putting it?
I'm out.
That's how I feel about it.
Where you putting it?
Yeah. What you doing with that morning breath? I mean,
okay.
Hey.
Okay. Who was it? Basco?
Yeah. Dang. I ran out of questions because my main question was just like, let me see. Because a lot of the questions y'all asked, dang man. Those are questions
and we was told, wait till after this. Because y'all knew y'all was supposed to come up with at least 10.
I knew we were out of time. I knew that. I knew. I was like, nah, we're not.
I got a question. I got a question. This for the panel. Why y'all not Ravens fans? Y'all see us. Y'all know who we are. Y'all see.
I'll go first.
Of all, I just wanted to clarify something before y'all answer that question. Coco said everybody got two teams. First of all, everybody ain't got two teams. Everybody ain't got two teams. I don't even got a hard second favorite football team. I don't even care about, it's a lot of me's out there too. And I know it's saying like we jump ship. That's because you know why we jump ship? Because you gotta tell the whole story. The Colts snuck out like a thief in the night. They crept out. We come out, so we got a team and a thief of the night years later. So it was an excitement thing. Some people only got, had another team because our team left us. They abandoned us. They left. That's why we don't fuck with them Colts fans either. Because there's still some Ravens fans. I mean, some Baltimore fans that are Colts fans too, but they are the enemy.
Yeah. Yeah, they did leave y'all.
They are. They left us.
They went where their team went.
But it don't matter because it ain't like, as you said, we jumped ship. We ain't jumped ship. We went. We had to pick somewhere. But then hear me out.
I said a lot of y'all, and I excluded you. I said except for the ones like Jude. But see,
you're right. But see, I felt attacked because I am a Ravens fan, and I was at first because when the Ravens wasn't here, I was misguided. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I was misguided. I didn't know no better, but I repented and I gave it up for Lent. Like I did. It was not a Colts fan. It was the worst. It was the enemy. I do have family members that are Steelers fans, so I was raised wrong.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say Dallas.
No, I ain't no Dallas fan.
Wait. We got a question from the viewer. Mark said, one for the entire panel. If you could be a superhero, who would you be and why?
Oh man, I'm a comic
book guy. Superhero.
Oh,
I'm a comic book guy.
I was just watching. You know what
I want to tell you who first came in my head.
I would be Aquaman or somebody or Aquawoman or something like that because I can't swim.
Yeah, but he can't stay out of water for so long too.
That's okay, because I don't like the land of the people on land. And I feel like that's where the aliens gonna come from anyway. I might as well go down there. Because I don't really be peopling like that on the earth land. So yeah.
This might sound funny, but I'd rather be Sue Richards, Invisible Girl of Fantastic Four.
Oh
yeah, because you know when she can just disappear, y'all don't know where the hell she at.
No, what was the girl name from there that could turn into anything? So, what was her name? Not Storm. What was the other one?
You talking about Mystique?
Mystique, yeah, I couldn't get her name.
Yes, I could be her too. Yeah. I'd be anything. I turn into anything when you real quick.
Yeah, she shapeshifter. Yeah, but yeah, I'd probably be one of those.
I'm the Hawk. All day, give me my guy. That's who I would be. Incredible Hulk.
Yeah. You know what? I don't like Hulk in the movies though. I don't like Hulk
in the movies either. I don't like him in the Avengers movie, but I like the one movie that they.
Yeah, I don't like him in Avengers.
But they didn't get the chance to really play him. But I grew up watching him on the cartoon.
Yeah, I don't like that.
The comics.
Yeah,
the cartoon and the comics.
Yeah, that Hulk. You like, don't make me mad.
I grew up watching Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno.
Don't make me mad. Yeah.
But I guess my superhero probably would be the Hulk. That's what I thought you said, the Hulk.
Yes, you said, yeah. She did.
You remember the Hulk, right? I'm moving now. Oh, I'm froze.
Frozen, Paul. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna leave it alone for a minute because my phone shut down a minute ago. Talking about it's overheating. I said, "Damn, the show's so hot, it's shutting down my phone."
At least you don't have a bad looking face up there. You got a serious.
Right.
I remember when that one show, remember that show, Coco, when it was me, you, and who's that Rich Court and froze his face on the screen?
It was Paul.
It was one of the money guys. Remember?
No, it was Paul.
No.
I remember Paul.
Yeah, one was Paul. Rich caught a couple of people.
Yeah, the one with Paul was funny though.
Thing I did want to do, and I know I talked to Rich about it because we have so many shows. There are so many blooper moments. There's so many,
Funny as hell,
especially
though.
me between me messing up a word, my camera freezing,
You getting
and just
paranoid,
oh
thinking we were talking
yeah,
about you.
because I be being attacked.
I'm saying, why my picture keep popping up?
With my teeth looking like that. I said, well, what? So it was that, and then I know for sure Jew had some. Roscoe definitely had some. It's a lot of moments that we have that we got to do.
You might want to have it and to get them clips on me. Look at the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, because the panel ain't followed directions, y'all, we have come to a close.
You didn't even ask me what my superhero would be, though.
I did.
What's
ask-
your superhero?
Well,
What's your superhero, Q?
1 minute.
Spider. All right, Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he was just saying that.
We
That
know
makes-
you just that motherfucker.
Yeah, Spider-Man. And super villain, Megatron.
Now we had to talk about super villain. Give me motherfucking Homelander. I want to be Homelander out this bitch.
Yeah.
I want to be
Stay
Mr.
with me.
Fantastic so I could stretch. So I meet
Okay.
women.
So, unfortunately, my people, we have come to an end. We would like to thank everyone for all your great questions. Well, thank you to the panel for their questions. I hope this gave you some insight as to who we are and why we may respond, react, engage the way that we do. We definitely appreciate all of you for listening, watching, tuning in to us, whether it's every week, every other week, or watching a replay. If you catch this on a replay, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Also, please be mindful you can catch us every Monday and Wednesday at 8 o'clock on Facebook, YouTube. We're also on Kick. You can follow us on TikTok, Instagram. Some of us are on Twitter. I'm not yet, but we soon to be. So, but yeah, we're constantly expanding. But again, we appreciate all of you, and we will see you guys on Wednesday at 8 p.m. We love you guys. Good night.
Next in 5.
Ravens Nation.